Hello everyone, welcome back to our lecture on regular expressions. So, in the previous lecture we have seen how we can write regular expressions and put together the various symbols of the alphabet to represent some patterns. So today let us look at a concrete example of identifying identifiers, representation of identifiers in the form of a regular expressions. So identifiers in C. So we want to write a regular expression to specify identifiers in C. But before we do that, let us look at one definition known as a regular definition. Regular definition. So what is a regular definition? Now you see, sometimes we may have to repeat certain regular expressions several times inside another regular expression. Like say for example, suppose I want to write A or B star. Okay, I want to repeat this several times inside another regular expression, say A or B C star, A or B star, star, C, then again A or B star, star. So I may have something like this. Now here, if you can see, this and this is the same regular expression as this one. So what we can do is we can define a symbol for this. Say D1. I define a symbol for this one, and in this second regular expression, I can simply write it as this part remains the same, and in place of A or B star, I will just write D1. So this is D1 star, followed by C, again followed by D1 star. So the symbol D1 which has been added is added only for the convenience of writing the expression. It has no other purpose. And these symbols D1, D2, they do not appear in the alphabet of the language. So these are symbols which are added in addition to the symbols which are there in the alphabet. So in our alphabet here I have A, B and C. So we extend this alphabet to include the symbols D1 and D2. Okay, so these are known as your regular definitions. So in a formal way, we can write this as a regular definition is a sequence of the form D1 represents R1, D2 represents R2. Like this, you can have as many as you want. Dn represents Rn. So here R1, R2, Rn, these are all regular expressions. And say R2 may contain R1, Rn may contain R2 and so on. So each of these regular expressions can contain something else, some other regular expression. So instead of repeating the regular expression again, we just use the symbol for it. And D1, D2, Dn, these are distinct from each other. They are never the same. You cannot repeat. So Dn, they are all distinct. Okay, so this is the definition of a regular, you can say this is a regular definition. Now let us come to our main task, which is identifiers, writing a regular expression for identifiers in C, in the C programming language. Now you are aware that the alphabet of C is the character set for C. Alright, so it's very large. The character set of C contains all the letters, uppercase, lowercase, digits, special symbols and so on. So this is quite large. So our regular expressions for identifiers is also going to be quite complex. So to ease this complexity, we are going to have some regular definitions. We are going to define some new symbols for making it more convenient. Now, before that, we have to first know what is the rule for naming of identifiers in C. So we know that a variable or a function can start with a letter. So you can have letters, you can have digits, okay, but you cannot have special symbols other than underscore. Only underscore is allowed. None other special character is allowed. So you can have letters or digits or underscore. And it must always start with a letter. So let us now have different classes for each of these. So our letters can be our capital letters A, B, C up to Z, or it can be small letters A, B up to Z. So this entire regular expression, A or B or C, all of this is a regular expression. This we can put it together in a symbol called letter. Remember, letter is not there in, this is not there in the alphabet, but this is a newly introduced symbol, letter. Similarly, for digits, we can have 0, 1 up to 9. Alright. And for underscore, since it is a special symbol only, it's just one symbol, so we will not have a special definition, regular definition for underscore. We'll keep it as it is. Now let us look at the regular expression for identifiers. Identifier. So we'll have one class for identifier. So identifier is what? Identifier can start with a letter. So it must, the first should be a letter. That means either capital A or B or C up to Z, or small a or small b up to Z. So it must start with a letter. After that, it can be followed by letters, one or more letters, or 0 or more letters in fact, digits, underscore, and so on. So we can have letter or underscore or digits. And these can be repeated. This can be repeated how many times? 0 or more times. So star. The whole thing star. Letter followed by 1 or 0 or more letters or underscore or digits. So here you can see that the notation looks quite neat. The representation for identifier looks quite neat. Otherwise we would have to write it, the whole regular expression, this and this we would have to place in these places. It would look very clumsy. So regular definitions helps us to make more elegant, write more elegant regular expressions. Now let's see what some examples. So suppose I have x is a variable name. Does it satisfy? Here x, it starts with a letter. After that it does not have anything more. So 0. So 0 or more repetitions. So 0 repetitions. So x is valid. Suppose I have some underscore 1. This is also valid. First one is letter. Second is also letter. Third is also letter. Third is an underscore. Fourth is a 1 or digit. So it follows a pattern. Suppose I write 2 sum. Okay. This is not allowed because the first is should be a letter. So this is not a valid identifier. So what we have seen in this lecture is how we can use regular definitions to write our regular expressions. And you'll find that in most of the cases when we are talking about compiler, we are talking about programming languages. We are not talking about simple languages with 2-3 symbols in their character set. Then we have to use this type of definitions, regular definitions, to make our writing simple.